A girl named Alice got tired of walking all day without doing anything. The heat made her sleepy. Suddenly she noticed the white rabbit, who was in a hurry somewhere. It seemed strange to the girl that he was talking to himself and kept looking at his watch. Burning with curiosity, Alice rushed after the rabbit, and without hesitation jumped after him into the hole. Inside was a deep well, the walls of which were lined with bookcases. Alice fell very slowly and managed to see everything properly. Once at the bottom of the well, the girl noticed a glass table with 3 legs. On it lay a small golden key and some kind of bottle. Alice tried to open the door with the key, but it was too small. Looking around, she saw a small door. To open it and find herself in a magnificent garden, Alice had to drink from a bottle from the table. After taking a couple of sips, she began to decrease in size. The girl shrank so quickly that she did not have time to take the key from the table. Then she saw a magic pie on the floor. As soon as Alice took a bite, she began to grow rapidly upward. The girl grew so much that she could not go through the cherished door again. Alice began to cry so much that soon a huge puddle formed near her. At that moment she noticed the white rabbit. The girl called him, but he was in a hurry, and in fright dropped his gloves and fan. Alice picked them up and noticed how she began to shrink. The reason was a magic fan. Alice fell into a pool of her own tears. When she was thrown ashore, the girl again noticed the rabbit. He confused Alice with his maid, and ordered to immediately go home for new gloves and a fan. The girl ran to carry out the order. In the rabbit's house, she could not resist curiosity, and drank some liquid from a bottle. This led to the fact that Alice grew to gigantic proportions, and quickly filled the whole house. She was able to shrink only thanks to the pies. Having regained her previous dimensions, the girl ran away. Soon she saw a huge mushroom on which a large blue caterpillar was sitting. Alice complained to her about her constant changes in height. The caterpillar advised the girl to eat a piece of mushroom. Alice ate a small bite and finally returned to her normal height. And she went on. Suddenly, Alice saw a house. Going inside, the girl was in the kitchen, in which she saw the Duchess with a crying baby in her arms. A huge cat was sitting on the floor, smiling from ear to ear. The Duchess explained to Alice that he was smiling because it was a Cheshire cat. Suddenly the cat disappeared and the baby burst into tears. The Duchess gave the child to Alice, and she herself went to the Queen. The girl was surprised to find that she was not holding a child, but a real little pig. When the cat reappeared, he advised Alice to find the March hare. And then he disappeared, and only his smile remained in the air. The girl hit the road. Soon she saw the house of the March hare. Alice came just in time for the beginning of the tea party. The table was huge, but only the March hare, the Mad Hatter and Sonia the mouse were sitting at it. They would not let anyone sit at the table, and said that there was no room. Alice learned that they were forced to drink tea incessantly as punishment for killing time. The hare and the hatter mocked the girl in every possible way and ridiculed her. Unable to tolerate such rudeness, she silently got up and left. Soon Alice found herself in a wonderful garden. She noticed gardeners who looked like playing cards. They dyed white roses red. The girl was very surprised at this. She learned that their queen loved red roses, and only white ones grew. The queen executed her servants for the slightest offense. The gardeners said she was judging the servant who stole the cookies right now. Alice was very interested, and she went to court. There she saw the March hare and the Mad Hatter testifying. When they finished, the queen suddenly summoned Alice for questioning. The girl replied that she knew nothing and ordered to let the servant go. The queen got angry and ordered to grab the girl. At that moment, Alice felt that she began to grow again. The girl realized that these were just cards, and she was not afraid of them. And at that very moment, the magic disappeared. Alice woke up in the same clearing where she first saw the white rabbit. There was a familiar landscape around, familiar sounds were heard. So it was only a dream, thought Alice. A long time ago, in the desert kingdom of Agrabah, there lived a poor guy Aladdin with his monkey Abu. To survive, he had to steal food from the market. But despite this, Aladdin was kind and honest, because he handed out everything stolen to starving children. One day, while walking through the city, Aladdin noticed how an apple merchant was threatening a young girl. She gave an apple to the child without asking, and now she had to pay. Seeing that the seller called the guards, Aladdin decided to save the girl. He took her hand and helped her hide. But the guards still caught up with the fugitives. And it turned out that the girl Aladdin saved was Princess Jasmine. The guards imprisoned the guy in a dungeon. That same night, the evil advisor of the Sultan Jafar made his way to his cell. He promised untold riches if Aladdin helped him get him a magic lamp from the Cave of Wonders. And Aladdin agreed. Jafar took the guy with the monkey to the cave, but in front of the entrance forbade him to touch anything except the lamp. In the cave, Aladdin found a magic carpet and a lamp. But Abu could not stand the prohibition and touched one of the rubies. The cave began to collapse. Then the magic carpet caught them and flew away to the ruins of the ruined castle. Aladdin looked for a long time at the lamp that he had brought with him from the Cave of Wonders. She was very dusty. When Aladdin wiped the lamp with his hand, Jinn burst out of it. He announced to Aladdin that he had been in the lamp for many years, and for his salvation he could fulfill any 3 wishes. Aladdin promised to use only 2 wishes, and the third to free Jinn from the lamp forever. Looking at the stars, Aladdin remembered the princess. He fell in love with Jasmine, but an ordinary thief could not impress the princess. Then Aladdin spent his first wish to become a prince. Arriving at the palace to the Sultan, Aladdin in the guise of a prince tried to win the heart of Jasmine. But the princess was adamant, because she had long fallen in love with the commoner who saved her at the bazaar. Meanwhile, Jafar noticed the false prince in the palace. The evil advisor tricked the guy into the tower, and with threats began to elicit where the magic lamp was. Receiving no answer, Jafar pushed him from the high tower into the sea. Suddenly, Abu flew in with a lamp on the rug, and Aladdin managed to rub it. Then Jinn appeared and saved them, thereby using the second wish. Back at the palace, Aladdin told the Sultan that Jafar is an evil wizard who is about to betray the kingdom. The Sultan arrested his advisor, but under cover of night the sorcerer managed to get out of the dungeon. He made his way into Aladdin's chambers and stole the lamp, becoming Jinn's new owner. Jafar spent his first desire to become a sultan. And with the second desire, he requested the power of the most powerful wizard in the world. Having received his, Jafar magically transported the guy with the monkey to the icy wasteland. And he decided to force Princess Jasmine to marry himself. While the wedding ceremony was going on, the magic carpet found out where Aladdin and Abu were, and then returned them to the castle. Seeing Jafar, Aladdin began to tease him, calling him the second in power after Jinn. Then an angry Jafar spent his last wish to become an almighty genie. Turning into a genie, Jafar suddenly became a slave to the lamp himself. Weakening, he promised Aladdin revenge. But before he could finish his curses, the lamp pulled him inside. Jinn carried Jafar's lamp to the Cave of Wonders, and order was restored to the kingdom. Aladdin decided to keep his promise, so he spent his third wish to free Jinn from the lamp forever. And the Sultan, who saw that Aladdin and Jasmine were in love, allowed them to get married. And they lived happily ever after, and the kingdom of Agrabah only prospered over the years.